Yo, what's up, guys? We got a Jimmy High Roller video. I mess with bro heavy. Rest in peace to the sexy saxophone. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. He hit a buzzer beater that saved thousands of lives. I don't know. See, I'm not gonna lie. I'm ignorant. So I see the Steph and LeBron, and this is 2016 jerseys. Them ugly shirtless jerseys. They only got ordered because they came back from 3-1. But I immediately think about Steph Curry raising the cost of living for the neighborhoods around him. So I'm just assuming that's what he's talking about, but I know that's not what he's talking about.
Basketball, a game-saving play. There's nothing else like it in basketball. A block.
Okay, it's not, see? Or maybe.
A steal. A game-saving shot.
Oh, that shot was weak as fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. I'd cry too if I was UNB.
Have you ever seen a life-saving play? This is McCall Riley, senior forward for the University of Alabama in the late 2000s, and he's playing in the SEC tournament. It's the biggest game of his life up to this point. Game on the line, down 3, with 2 seconds left on the clock. And he's about to hit a shot that not only nearly saved this game for his team, but quite possibly saved the lives of thousands of people.
What, they end up having a fight or something? What are we talking about?
We're hearing some rumbling behind us. The building is rocking a bit. Situations like this, Doane Stadium is the best possible place that you could be. I hope you're right.
What are we talking about? What is this?
Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings. Football.
Get these ass out of here. Oh, that's a crazy shot to go to. Did he get shot? The shot that saved lives.
It's March 14th, 2008. It's day 2 of the SEC basketball tournament, and Mississippi State is up on Alabama by 3 points, 59-56. There's 2 seconds left on the clock. Alabama's got to make something happen. With their season 3 points away from being over, Alabama draws up a play for this guy right here.
I don't even know what the fuck's
our friend McCall Riley. Now, McCall was a great player, second leading scorer on this Alabama squad. But on this particular night, he was hot and cold the entire game. He got off to a slow start, but piled up 13 points in the final 12 minutes of the first half, followed up by a handful of misses and 0 points in the entire second half. At least up to this point. This was McCall's last chance at this. He was a senior. His team was on the brink of elimination. His number was being called, and he answered.
Oh, he going crazy.
With their season on the line, McCall Riley rattles in a 3-point buzzer beater to send the game into overtime. The fans explode. Mississippi State is stunned. This game's going into overtime. But right as overtime tipped off, fans at home noticed that their TVs were becoming distorted. The broadcast signal of the game degrading and getting worse.
Oh, is it an actual like hurricane or tornado?
But while something special was unfolding on the court, devastation was about to unfold just outside of it. As overtime gets underway, there's an emergency report that a massive storm was building up just west of the Georgia Dome where the game was being played. Within a few minutes, the storm had developed into an EF2 tornado with winds of up to 130
That makes sense because the melting shit. I'm like, why is bro talking about this shit right now? This is old, but that makes sense. This is a good
very quickly, the situation became apparent to everyone. Becoming so strong that it shook the arena and ripped through panels on the roof. Fans in attendance that night said it sounded like a freight train was ripping through the roof of the arena. Ben Hansbrough, Mississippi State guard and brother of former Tar Heel and NBA player Tyler Hansbrough, said he thought he was hearing a tornado or a terrorist attack. Which is quite an odd combination of guesses, but the man didn't know what was going on, cut him some slack. Officials had to stop the game as the tornado ripped past the arena and the sounding downtown area.
I mean,
fans quickly began to head for the doors, but the arena staff told them they needed to stay inside because outside it was far too dangerous to even try to get out of the building. And within a few minutes, the tornado had passed through, causing more damage than the staff and engineers on site had initially thought. It wasn't until later that weather services were able to track the path of the tornado and its destruction, where they came to the bleak realization that this tornado came within just 100 yards of the arena, wiping out everything in its path downtown and causing $500 million in damage. The worst realization came a couple days after, when a body was found amongst the debris of the tornado, proving that this was a fatal event. But it could have been far more catastrophic. If McCall Riley did not hit his game-tying shot to send the game into overtime, nearly 20,000 fans would have exited the arena directly into the path, and at the exact moment the tornado hit, thousands of people would have been in danger. The downtown area that was wrecked by the tornado would have been filled with people. What could have unfolded in the following moments would have been devastating. But thanks to a buzzer beater, these fans stayed in their seats, safe and away from the storm. The game went into overtime.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
The streets were essentially empty.
I see what he's saying.
Unbelievable.
That is crazy. So, if they would have lost, niggas would have just left, and niggas would have damn near got hit with that hurricane. That is crazy. So yeah, that buzzer beater actually did save them niggas.
Sequence of events that undoubtedly saved the lives of countless fans in attendance that night.
A dome like that is probably one of the best places to be.
The game resumed, and finding themselves in an eerily similar situation as they were at the end of regulation, Alabama went back to McCall for one last shot. This time to win it all. And this time, he missed it. The kid was devastated.
He was out of the flow state, bro.
Leading his team to a playoff win and coming up short. McCall may not have hit the game-winning shot he was hoping for, but what he did do was something far greater, because he hit possibly the first and only life-saving shot. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When one seemingly insignificant occurrence has rippling effects, leading to some consequential event, sometimes long after the initial event. And this is just one of many butterfly effects within the world of basketball that you have to see to believe. Nearly 5,000 miles away from the US, Serbia has grown to become a hotspot for basketball talent. Despite their love for soccer and relatively small population, their influence over the basketball world has been a remarkable feat over the last few decades. And among the countless young Serbian hopefuls looking to make a name for themselves in hoops, it would eventually be Darko Milicic.
Oh yeah, he was like that.
Didn't leave much of an impact on the court, who would inadvertently alter the story of basketball forever. Not by himself, but through a young kid who had no plans of even playing the sport. Back in 2006, Darko Milicic was beginning his 4th season in the NBA, and by this point, he had already been labeled as a huge draft bust. He had fallen out of the rotation in Detroit. The hype of him being a generational prospect had long wore off. And, well, it didn't help that the multiple future Hall of Famers chosen after him in the draft were blossoming well ahead of schedule. On the court, he wasn't really able to offer the Pistons much at the time. But off the court, Darko had the opportunity to offer a fellow Serbian everything. That same year, Jay Smith, assistant coach of the University of Detroit Mercy, was looking for players to fill his roster. One of the players he had his sights on was a 6'6" forward out of Serbia named Nemanja. Smith offered the kid a scholarship.
Was it spelled like pneumonia?
The world to play basketball
like, real question, because I don't know.
Massive leap for the young prospect.
Did it P in it?
He could
Nemanja?
take the scholarship and
know,
make the move, or he could stay in Europe and take a shot at a career in professional basketball. Uncertain about what decision he should make, Nemanja got in touch with a friend and fellow Serbian-born player who had already made a similar transition from his home country to play basketball in the States.
Darko Milicic.
Now, Milicic not only assured Nemanja that he should take the opportunity, he also took him into his home and gave him time to acclimate to American life without being on his own. And over the course of that season, their friendship grew. Nemanja would go to Pistons games, throw parties at Darko's house, and even had access to the resources Darko had gained in his time in the NBA. Darko had created an entry point to American basketball for Nemanja that otherwise wouldn't have existed. Unbeknownst to him, nearly a decade later, his generosity would aid another young Serbian prospect with his journey to the U.S.
Jokic?
After finishing his college career, Nemanja played one season in the Premier Basketball League in the U.S.
You see how that's spelled? Now imagine if pneumonia was actually spelled like that. Similar.
Back home to play professionally in Serbia, where he played his last season in 2012. A relatively unremarkable career to most fans, but one that sparked inspiration in his younger brother, Nikola. Growing up, Nikola Jokic was always interested in basketball, but it was never really his calling. As we all know now, horses and horse racing.
So we saying Darko Milicic is the reason? So it's the Detroit Pistons' fault. It still go back to fucking Detroit. So it's the Detroit Pistons' fault that they drafted Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony. So his friend, aka Jokic's older brother, could practice basketball in America. Okay, you the reason. Oh my God, that is the biggest butterfly effect. Because if Carmelo Anthony didn't get drafted to the fucking Nuggets, and he actually got drafted to the Pistons, one, they got the same culture. Two, they would have retired his number and they wouldn't fucking. Oh my. They hold my nigga Carmelo, bro. They hold my nigga Melo. The first Melo, not the, you know what I'm saying? Not MB3.
Are where his true passion lies. By the time
but I gotta rewind this, cause nigga, that's crazy. Nigga,
but one that sparked inspiration in his moving back home to play professionally in Serbia, where he played his last season in 2012. After finishing his college career, Nemanja played one season in the Premier.
You know what's funny though? Cause I'm gonna just search the gang name up. Where's the fucking nigga? Where's his last name? Like, that shit's weird. Or did bro just... Nah, bro just didn't want to put that nigga name up there. Okay. Yeah, that... He don't look like him. He definitely look like the other one. Yeah, so he was the nigga putting hands on niggas at that game in the playoffs last year. It was Nemanja. Okay, it was Nemanja and bro. Okay.
Basketball league in the U.S.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to listen no more to this Jokic part. We got some more. Cause that just pissed me off, bro. The Pistons is the whole reason, bro. That big ass butterfly effect, bro. Is it?
Teammate gets sniped, but if the winner's gonna it off the factory, which up double digits, and yet that didn't stop point on a blowout leading as the battle blitzed team in the previous season 1994 play. He's not happy about it. His first in is
Danny Ainge.
Basketball.
Okay, yeah. That was not one of my better moments, but I was mad.
Lucky here. Now watch what happens and watch him go at Ainge right there. He goes right back at him. You see Scotty Brooks is happy. And right here, look at him go up.
This is Mario Elie, former guard for the Houston Rockets. And he's on path to winning his first NBA championship. This is Danny Ainge, and he's not happy about it. But this second-round matchup between the Rockets and the Suns in the 1994 playoffs was heated right from the jump. Coming off a finals appearance in the previous season, the Suns were being pushed to the brink by a tough, up-and-coming Rockets team. The Suns took the first two games of the series, but in Game 3, Houston completely blitzed them in a 16-point blowout. But in the midst of these games, a smaller battle was taking place between Mario Elie and Danny Ainge. Tensions were building as the play got more and more physical, neither of them willing to budge, leading to this moment towards the end of Game 3, an exclamation point on a blowout win. This was Mario's third bucket of the entire game, and yet that didn't stop him from letting Ainge hear every single detail about it. But with the Rockets up double digits and time winding down, this game was far too out of reach for Ainge and the Suns to change the outcome. So instead, a few plays later, Ainge does something that would change the course of NBA history.
This game is going to wind down to a whimper for Phoenix. Olajuwon putting the cherry on the sundae. 118 to 102.
Ainge just tried to rifle the ball in, and Elie is mad. I wonder if he did.
Well, that was a bit of an overreaction. In a moment of frustration, Danny Ainge decides, if I can't beat him, I'll just hurt him. The man
I can't beat him, so I'll just beat him. And come on, it was right there, Jimmy.
He then proceeds to play it
oh my goodness.
Like it was an accident. Ainge took the low road and beamed the guy when his guard was down. And this one decision changed the direction of this entire series. If the win in Game 3 didn't give the Rockets enough motivation, seeing their teammate get sniped by a notoriously dirty player was enough to get them going. Little did Ainge know, this decision would have much greater ramifications. Because watching all of this take place was this guy, Robert Horry, aka Big Shot Bob, aka the man with more rings than Michael Jordan. And Horry was appalled by Ainge's actions. So much so that from this day forward, Horry despised Ainge and his dirty tactics. Years later, Horry even went as far as saying he hates Danny Ainge, and he wasn't afraid to let everyone know it. Fortunately for him, the next season, Danny Ainge retired from the NBA, where he could no longer bother Horry or anyone else. Until the Phoenix Suns hired him to be the assistant coach the very next season in 1996. But the changes within the Suns organization that year did not end.
I was gonna say, because I know his name.
They were also looking to part ways with their superstar, Charles Barkley. So on August 19th, 1996, just 3 months after Ainge's hire, Phoenix traded away Barkley to the Houston Rockets for Sam Cassell, Chucky Brown, Mark Bryant, and Robert Horry. 2 years after that fateful inbounds pass, the guy who Horry hated so much was now his coach. And as you might expect,
that's crazy
this
word.
did not last very long. Despite their now professional relationship, Horry was not going to hide his feelings about Ainge. Practices were heated, games were even worse. And just 30 games into his time with the Suns, Horry's disdain for Ainge was put on full display for the world to see.
On Sunday night, he did this to his coach, Danny Ainge.
Hey!
In a moment infamously known as the towel
what's the white
throw,
dude
Robert
name?
Horry tosses a sweaty towel in Ainge, his coach's face, completely
Oh my gosh,
dismissing
I know
him
the
in
white
the
dude name, bro.
process.
He
Look at
still
the
be with
disgust
Chuck
on
and
Horry's face.
Shaq.
He really
and
did
Kenny.
hate that man. And in that moment, there was absolutely
That's
nothing Ainge
I'm
could do
really
about
forgetting
it.
bro name.
What punishment could possibly be enough for such an action?
We probably called him a
After serving
nigger or
two-game
something.
suspension
Oh
for
my
the
gosh,
towel
bro had
episode,
hair.
Robert Horry was supposed to be back in the Phoenix uniform tonight. Instead,
He got
he's
traded?
LA bound.
72 hours later, Robert Horry was no longer on the Suns.
He went to
An
the Clippers or the
unbelievable
Lakers?
coincidence of a transaction, considering Ainge said the trade had nothing to do with the towel incident. The team Horry was
72
traded
hours
to,
is crazy.
a young
The
rising
Lakers?
team in the Los Angeles
Yeah, I
Lakers,
remember
who
that.
signed Shaquille O'Neal and drafted Kobe Bryant just 6 months prior. And it was in LA where Horry would grow his legend as one of the biggest clutch shot makers in NBA
Bro was happy
history.
as hell.
Shots
That
that
is-
were the deciding factor in
Oh,
championships.
I see what he's saying, the butterfly effect. Because if Danny Ainge didn't do all that fuck shit, Robert Horry would probably only have like 3 rings. Or maybe none. I don't even fucking know. That's crazy, bro. It's blame it on
And
Danny
plays that
Ainge.
solidified the legacies of both Shaq
But-
and Kobe.
At the same time, you gotta thank him. Because now we got dumbass niggas talking about, I'd rather be Robert Horry than Michael Jordan. Fuck no. Never, ever, ever would I want to be Robert Horry over Michael Jordan. Nigga got extra ring than him. Don't got no paper.
During their three-peat, if Danny Ainge doesn't rifle a pass at Mario Elie, Robert Horry never grows to hate the man. There's no tension between the two of them. Horry never throws the towel, and he never gets shipped off to the Lakers, completely altering and very possibly preventing a three-peat championship run half a decade later.
Nah, I'm not gonna go that far. That nigga Shaq was like that. That nigga Shaq was like that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. We could look up Robert Horry stats, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Please don't. Baby, please don't say that dumb shit. Baby, please don't. Baby, please don't say that dumb shit. If you see the way that nigga averaged 7 points, nigga. Fuck out of here. 1, then 5, then 6. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that nigga averaged 5 points on the Lakers. Or my bad, 6. He averaged 6 points for the Lakers. What are we talking about here, gang? What are we talking about here? Go to the accolades, bro. Cause I don't know about this old nigga. All I know is he got more rings than Mike, bro. Let's look at the years. How many he got with the Lakers? He got that 3-peat. Yeah. You know what we about to look up? Look at that nigga's salary. No. He made 53. Michael Jordan made that in a season. He made 40 in a season. Or is it 20? That's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, like, stop it, bro. We talk about, I think that one extra ring, bro. You got one extra ring, gang. How do I tell you, gang? No, Gerald, I don't want to know the contract details. I just want to know this. See, look, they said bro averaged 50. He got 50 for his whole NBA. Mike got about double that. I'm saying them 2 seasons during that 3-peat, that nigga made 60 M's, gang, for 14 years. How many years Robert Horry played, bro? 16. So Michael played 2 less years and made an extra like 30 piece. Hey, I'm telling you. Yeah, but who y'all choosing, bro? You think he the reason they 3-peated? I'm going with no. And this is where I end the video off. So y'all let me know if y'all think, how y'all like this butterfly effect video. I do like the first 2. The second one, it is what it is, cause bro he don't be hooping like that. We just looked at bro stats. He wasn't hooping like that. He was hooping, but he wasn't hooping like Mike, MJ, or 2 people, same person. He wasn't hooping like MJ, Kobe, or Shaq. That's for sure. Nah, he wasn't Shaq and Kobe. The nigga was averaging 7, which I guess now with inflation, it might be like a 12. Possibly not, because if Shaq was averaging 35, then Shaq could probably be averaging a 40 piece. I don't know though. They probably just been hacking, bro. I don't know. You feel me? I don't know. Different rule set. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know. But this is where I end this video for sure.